Yahweh Shah brought grace and truth. Yahweh Shah was going to make us free because what? We're going to be believed because Yahweh Shah made us free from what? The penalty of the law, which is death. He made us free from being in bondage to that law, in bondage to paying that payment. He set us free from that. But the Pharisees thought he was talking about, oh, well, we wasn't actually in bondage to no man. He's not talking about that. Because what are you going to say next?
It says, and we're never in bondage to any man. How sayest thou, ye shall be made free? Yahushua answered them, verily, verily, I say unto you, whosoever committeth sin is the servant of sin.
See? Whoever committed sin is the servant of sin. You are a servant to sin. You bound to that law. And the Pharisees were Pharisees that's justified by the works of the law anyway. Okay, go ahead.
And the servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth ever.
Now what does that mean? The servant abideth not in the house forever, but the Son abideth forever. What does that talk about? When you go back into the law, man, a servant served for 6 years in his master's house. And then in the 7th year, he was set free. So that servant didn't abide in the house forever. They were served for 6 years, and then the 7th year they were set free, with 7 represents completion. But the Son abideth forever. So just as a servant abideth not in the house of his master forever, he wasn't going to abide under the servant, being a servant to sin forever, being bonded to that law forever. Because we're not bound to the law now. Now is the law still in effect? Yes. In regards to us having to keep the law, yeah, we got to keep it to the best of our ability. The law is not done away with. If the law is done away with, that means you can go have sex with a goat. That means you can basically pop a goat. That's the case. And don't the law say you can't have sex with animals? Right. If the law didn't, you can have sex with animals now. Oh no, come on, dude, that's kind of extreme. No, it's in the law though. I mean, you could drink blood. You can eat any kind of meat. I mean, you could eat a ham, shrimp, lobster sandwich in between a crab shell with blood.
You got a skunk burger.
You can eat a
skunk and cheese.
You can eat a skunk and ham and cheeseburger. Nah, man. You can't do that. Right? See, people don't want to deal with that because people don't want to deal with the Bible because the Bible, these laws and the scriptures put boundaries in your life, man. They can't deal with boundaries because they don't got discipline. They can't deal with restrictions, man. Niggas.
That's why a lot of niggas they hear this truth and they know what we're saying is true, but in the back of their mind they try to come up with ways for it not to be true because they know if this is true what we say, they got to make adjustments towards their life.
Yeah.
And they don't want to make those adjustments.
They don't. Now, man, come on, man.
They about to commit adultery that same night. And they learned today that what's adultery is. Let's say they learned adultery today and they got a plan to, do something tonight with a dude's girl. He don't want to believe what he's doing is wrong. Yeah. So that way he could commit the action.
But go ahead, let him commit adultery. A man's dick fall off. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It was times guys came up, we bring down adultery, they're like, but what if? Yeah. That means, because he really don't want to stop committing adultery.
One time, the elders was going into that down there, 34th Street, 7th Avenue, and they was bringing it out. It was Jake and his woman, two niggas, and the bitch pulled the nigga down the street. That shows she was an adulteress. Yeah. And that fucking faggot was walking with her. Yeah,
If the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed.
So if Yahweh Shah gonna make you free, you're gonna be free indeed. Okay?
Hebrews 8 and 8, it says, finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the day is come.
Right, finding fault with them.
This is Hebrews 8 and 6.
Yep.
But now hath he obtained a more excellent ministry, but how much also he is the mediator of a better covenant.
Yeah, Yahweh Shah is the mediator of a better covenant. This is about the new covenant. Go ahead. Where the Lord's going to be putting out inward parts. Go ahead.
Which was established upon better promises.
The Lord be putting out inward parts. Go ahead.
For if that first covenant had been faultless, then should no place have been sought for the second.
Go ahead.
For finding fault with them.
For finding fault with them. What's that talking about? The Lord didn't find fault with us. We found fault in the Lord.
That's right.
Because the Lord is perfect. The Lord is holy. It tells you that in the Bible, man.
That's what Paul said. Paul said what? He said, I not known sin but by the law.
Yeah. So find the fault, bro.
The Lord put something perfect inside something unperfected.
Exactly. Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's the reason why in the Spirit, remember say that, because I always say that when I go into that scripture in Corinthians when it says, when the scripture tells you we have this treasure in earthen vessels. That's what I did. He put something, that incorruptible treasure inside a corruptible body. That's a miracle in itself. But see, y'all don't read the Bible, man. Y'all just sit there and look at the pages. You think because you put an incense, you think because you put an incense on the Psalms 23rd chapter and light it with an oil next to it, listening to goddamn Joel Osteen, that means something. I don't mean a damn thing. Huh?
I was saying my grandmother. He says, find a fault with them.
So find a fault with them. The Lord didn't find fault with us, we found fault in the Lord. We transgressed.
He's saying, behold, the day is come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
Right, so the day coming when the Lord will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. A new covenant. Go ahead. With the house of Israel.
And with the house of Judah.
Talking about both kingdoms, the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. Both the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. Go ahead.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt.
Go ahead.
Because they continue not in my covenant.
Yeah, they found fault with them. Go ahead.
And I regarded them not, saith the Lord.
Yep.
For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them.
So the Most High is going to put the law in our heart, man, in our spirit. Meaning what? The Most High is going to spiritually program us to keep the law 100% perfect. All right? In the kingdom of heaven, it's not even going to come to your mind committing adultery. You're going to be perfect. You're going to truly be perfect. We can't even imagine what that's going to be like. We ain't going to be tempted with no kind of wickedness, man. You're going to have those now in the part. It's going to become like second nature to you. The way it is you blink or you breathe or you move with your right foot and your left foot without even thinking, that's how it's going to be with the Lord, man. Go ahead.
It says, and I will. I'll just read Timothy. It says, for this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
That's to my Israel, because you other nations out here, you devils, you goops, Edomites, Moabites, Hamites, rest of the nations, y'all not going to get that. All right? Because guess what? If Israel can't keep the laws now, how much less y'all in the kingdom? When the kingdom is set up, y'all going to be going off left and right. Because in the kingdom of heaven, the other nations are going to be begging. But guess what? They're going to be doing it outside of our bounty. I'm not scripture tell you there was a great golf picks. They're going to be living outside of that area, man. Give me Revelation 21st chapter. Where it says, Russian abominable right there.
Yeah, you see Uncle Cam.
Okay. Go ahead, out.
It says, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least to the greatest.
Yeah, so we're not going to teach Israel no more. We got to teach Israel. We ain't going to be out here in the kingdom setting up camp. All right, y'all, we got camp 2 o'clock. Check in. That's not going to be going on in the kingdom of heaven. Get the signs, brother. Don't forget the signs. That ain't going to happen in the kingdom of heaven, man. That ain't going to happen in the kingdom of heaven. All right, man, we're going to upload them shows now. You know, that's not going to happen. If you thinking that's going to happen in the kingdom, well, guess what, nigga? Your mind ain't in the right place, man. I'm not looking forward to being in the kingdom of heaven doing videos. I'm looking forward to being in the kingdom of heaven taking a train in Times Square. Oh, man, brother.
Revelation chapter 20.
It ain't gonna be a Times
Ain't gonna be no
Square.
Times Square. Ain't gonna be
Damn
a
Times Square.
But yeah.
Revelation 21 and 27. It says, and there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth,
Nothing that defileth, man.
neither whatsoever worketh abomination.
No type of abomination. Guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, the other nations, they're gonna be homosexuals amongst them, idolaters amongst them, adulterers amongst them. That's it's gonna be those that's not obeying the Sabbath, that's covering the neighbor's wife and the neighbor's ox, not obeying their father and mother, lying. Bearing false witness, stealing, killing. Not remembering the Sabbath day, keeping it holy. Bowing down the graven image. All the 10 Commandments, the rest of the laws, they're gonna be transgressing. That's defilement. They ain't gonna be in our borders. They're gonna be outside of our borders. Nothing's gonna enter in that's defiling, that's abominable. Go ahead.
Yep. Neither whatsoever worketh abomination or maketh a lie.
Or make it the lie. So it's gonna be no graven images in our kingdom. Nobody bearing false witness in our kingdom. These devils gonna be out there in the field, man. The Bible tells us that Isaiah 25, I think, it tells you that they're gonna be in a hole, man. Until a point in time where they're gonna be busy. Meaning what? We're gonna have you devils in holes, and then we're gonna drag you out and beat the living hell out of you. When it's time for us to beat the living hell out of you. And we're gonna enjoy that. Go ahead.
They which are written in the Lamb's book of life.
That's right. Only one that's written in the Lamb's book of life is who? Israel. Give it to the elect. Yeah, huh? What's that? Somebody said get Isaiah 24:22.
Hebrews 8 and 12, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins and their